Hello and welcome back to Motivation for Monday. Thank you so much for joining in. Really do appreciate that. You know, one of the reasons, and Brooks and I talk about this, one of the reasons we're so glad you do this is because you have set a boundary. And one of your boundaries is, I'm going to watch Motivation for Monday. I may not do it on Monday at 6:30 a.m. I may not do it till Tuesday. I may not do it till the next week, but I'm going to watch it. That's a boundary. And that's what I want us to talk about today. Setting boundaries. Quite a few years ago, a book was written called Boundaries. I read it way back then. I should read it again. I believe it was by Dr. Henry Cloud. And in that book on boundaries, it talked about you set up boundaries for your protection, but they're also for the protection of those around us. A boundary says, and it can go from anything simple like, all right, I'm not, unless there's something really going on, a circumstance I can't change, I am going to get 8 hours sleep a night. I'm going to bed at 10 o'clock, get up at 6. I'm going to bed at 9, get whatever it is, but that's a boundary. I'm going to eat this way. I'm going to not participate. I'm not going to drink that. I'm not going to do that. You're setting boundaries, and it comes from discipline. It comes from the fact that you respect what God has made in you, and it also comes from the fact that you respect the people around you. Now, sometimes boundaries have to be broken. There'll be a night, maybe you say, well, I'm in bed now by 10, but something may come up. The plane is late. Somebody needs to talk with you. A good friend calls you. A child gets sick. And when that happens, the boundary is broken, but it's for a valid reason. So sometime if the boundary is broken, we have to look at it and say, why? If I allow somebody to break my boundary, and it may not be a good thing, they just did it, but I let them do it, and I get mad with them. It's fine to get a little mad, but not with them. I'll let them break my boundary. I'm the one who gets mad that I allowed the boundary to be broken. Another thing that setting a boundary helps for is that we're not as controlling of other people. So many people want to control. We talked about that a couple of months ago. So many people want to control. And when they can't control somebody, they get angry with them. And they may turn on them. But if they have boundaries and they respect the boundaries of the other person, you don't get mad. You might have heard the Motivation for Monday talk we did on needs. What do you need? One of the great things to do is to talk with a person that you love, a person you're going to be around, maybe somebody you work with, your wife, your husband, a girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever it is, to talk with them and say, I would like to know what you need, because then I know some boundaries that you can set, and I will observe, and I will not break your boundaries. And we can set up our boundaries. We can talk about what they are. And that way, we can not be controlling, and we can recognize priorities. Boundaries help us set priorities. We say, all right, I'm going to read my Bible every day. I'm going to pray. I'm going to start the day with prayer and meditation like we talked about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I'm going to set that boundary. And we set that up because it's going to strengthen you. It's going to here are my needs. I need to do this. And we set the boundary. Another thing that happens when we set boundaries and they become, the Bible calls self-control, it's kind of the same thing. When we see that, we realize the importance of it. So that way, with Brooks, with Sherry, his wife, with my children, with the people I'm in contact with, I can recognize their boundaries and honor their boundaries. It's a way of showing love. It's a way of showing respect. What are the boundaries you need to set and that I need to set in our lives spiritually, emotionally, physically, and financially? I always taught my daughters, I'm not sure it got across too well, but I taught them, don't spend money you don't have. Always live beneath your means. Don't throw away money, because that way you have money to help other people. Set a boundary. I'm not going to buy that. I'm not going to set that. I'm not going to do that. It's so important to set boundaries. Jesus had a lot of boundaries, but they were always for the good of other people. Peter said to Jesus one time, you remember, he said, "Oh, not so, Lord, you're not going to do that." And Jesus turned to him and said, "Get thee behind me, Satan. You savor the things of man, but not of God." Was he saying to Peter, you're filled with the devil? No. He was saying that Satan can use us to do that. And let's put him away, put him behind. Think about it. Meditate. Pray about it. What are the boundaries that I need to set? What are the boundaries of those people I love? And I will honor them. It's a great thing. So let's set some really good boundaries and keep them. And when we break it one day, say, "God forgive me, that's all right. Let's go back to it." Thank you so much for joining in. And I appreciate that's one of your boundaries. God bless you. See you next time.